kings perished 1,000 years ago. Their great cities turned to graves. In their place came new life.
Zdravím dámy a pánové a vítám vás zpět u Horizon Forbidden West. Pokračujeme v téhle hlavní misi, do které jsme se tak nějak dostali a už ní teďka nejde vlastně víc, takže už stejně musíme splnit. Každopádně máme tady prozkoumat, tady byla ta cápka vlastně od těch zinitů, která je prakticky nesmrtelná a taky tam odrážela útoky tenaků, dokud jeden z nich do ní nešel dozadu a neprobodluju, takže ona je dead, ale samozřejmě jsou mrtví všichni ti tenakové. Žádný překvapení, no. A ten zbytek těch hňupů vlastně se tady někde odpálil to u kuší. To jsme viděli minulé v cutscéně, no a my teďka máme tady prozkoumat to její tělo, no. Eren už na nás čeká netrpělivě.
Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
OK, takže Eren na nás počká, my to tady máme prozkoumat, tady je nějaký speciální stroj, jakoby je vidět, že on má strašně vyhlazenou ten povrch jakoby na sobě, takže je vidět, že je jiný, přízrak si říká, jo.
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
Takže tenhle přízrak vracel investici, jo. Měl pomoct při vrácení investice, to je zajímavý. A co to kurva znamená? Pokud tady pár zenitové si nepůjčili prachy od tenaků, tak nevím.
Looks like his focus was sending data on the weapons somewhere else. Weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off.
To není pořád horká, no takže rip.
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? All right. I think I have an idea what happened here.
No, takže povstalci se poprali se fářínitkou, no. Tak jdeme dát Erendovi report, z kterého on polovinu nepochopí.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up, all so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she'd lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl.
Jdeme za Varlem, no. Co zjistil Varl? Ten to měl jít prozkoumat na druhou stranu, ne? No, tak co jsi zjistil?
That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. If any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go.
OK, no. Upřímně možná měl jít s náma Erend, protože Erend by si poradil se hodně nepříjemnostma. Ale něco obřího se tady provrtalo, jo? A je to čerství.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the proving lab.
So maybe they were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe.
No, já si to teda nemyslím. Já si nemyslím, že tady vůbec Eleuthia je. To je divný. Jak to říkala Gaia, Eleuthia by nevyslala nouzový signál, pokud by neměla 100% jistotu, že je Gaia obnovená. To znamená, že ten signál je stejně fake. A pravděpodobně to bude past a když my to napojíme do Gai, tu věc, co tady získáme, tak nám to tu Gaiu nějak zlikviduje. Poté vidím, že by se to stalo.
Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console.
OK, vypadá to tady velice elegantně. Jsou zamčené dveře. A to je tady jediný, to datacentrum. Tohle je ta jejich zbraň nějaká, ne? Vysílač.
I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed.
Proč ho nevezmeme a neopravíme ho?
This was a Far Zenith research lab. It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthia's gone?
If it was ever here, then probably. Then why were the Zeniths still searching?
Takže výzkumná stanice Zenitu, jak
Let's
jinak.
keep looking around.
So, exploring another Far Zenith ruin.
At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up.
Jsi si jistá, že tady nebudou obří zabijácký stroje? Jako možná tady nebude ten obří had, kterýho jsme fajtili minule, ale řekl bych, že tady stejně bude velký zabijácký stroj. Ty přízraky minimálně vypadají hodně zabijácky. Co je tady dole? My jsme měli jít tam nahoru, ale tady dole by něco mohlo být určitě. Já vím, že v těch ruinách často bývají nějaký prostě secret důležité věci, které se dají jakože tady najít, takže prostě ty ruiny vždycky chci prozkoumat dobře.
All this stuff. I wonder what they were doing here.
Well,
Find
knowing
anything that
Far
might tell
Zenith,
us what the asset is?
probably discovering a maze. I don't think so.
Mluví všichni přes sebe. A vlastně nikdo nic nedopověděl. No a kam nás tohle dovede přesně? Hádám, že asi na stejné místo jako tam ty předchozí schody.
This is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around.
No, moment.
So, how is Erend taking all of this? Really?
OK, to zní zajímavě.
Gaia, the Zenith, focus. It's a lot. But when I caught up to him in the dawn and said you needed our help, he dropped everything and turned around.
Well, he's loyal. That's for sure.
No, Erend se drží, i když se mu to moc nepozdává. A Erend je spíš typ, co by to radši rozmrdal kladivem, což to se mně líbí víc, ale... No... Jsou věci, které prostě rozmrdat kladivem nejdou, no. A dokonce i Erend se s tím musí smířit. A jelikož Erend prostě nedokáže opustit Aloy a potřebuje jí pomáhat, jak to sám říkal, tak... No... To tak potom vypadá, no. Jo, kde jsem to teď skončil? Jsem skončil nahoře, že jo? Jo, tady dole jsem byl teďka, takže nahoře, no. Moment, tady půjde vyšplhat? No, takže to tady v tom storage najdeme. OK, no, tak myslel jsem, že to tady bude převážně zavřený, ale to vypadá, že některé ty cesty jsou vážně otevřený.
This'll break my fall.
Tady je to vážně velký, no, ale, no. Hádám, že tady bude jedna, dvě truhličky a to je tak všechno asi, no. Žádný special item se tady očividně nechystá. Tady jsou tyhle obří bunkerové dveře, které určitě neotevřem. Tady dopředu.
The control console. To access the storage units.
A tady budou ovládací konzole, no.
Well, let's find out.
To je tady, jo. A... No, tady to můžeme prohledat. A tady můžeme jít dovnitř, když se tady podíváme. A tady už nic není, no. Hotovo. Tak nevadí. Máme tady litiu.
236 containers in storage. Please
Jo, a já potřebuji kód.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
Jo, a to je přesně to, o čem jsem už hodněkrát mluvil. Teďka tady v zápisníku, kromě toho, že mi tady bude svítit miliarda strojů, který mě štvou, tak tady někde máme... No to je nouzový signál, pochopitelně, no. Tady jsou itemy, jo, tohle... Jako když už se tady tak to můžu odklikat, i když ono to stejně nejde, no. Ale jsou nějaký ty záznamy, no, jeden z nich bude o tom, co mě dávala Gaia, no. A v tom novém signálu teda bylo někde o tohle, ne? Je to ono. 237, pozor. SOS, ale jsou nějaký tyhle čísla, ale není tady možně kód. Jsou kontrakty, to už je, nevím, co je RCC. No, ale z těch vyjebaných záznamů je teďka opět ten s tím signálem, ve kterým máme najít tam to, no. Tady čísla jako nejsou, tady v tom 237 tady je jenom, no, jako. 237 je název té...
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
Jo, takhle, ten číslo kontejneru. Aha, tak jo, bomba, no.
Aloy. It's you. Skin's like ice. Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Hello, Svět. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant. I had hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead. Be careful when you take on Farsiness. They are ruthless, and they have Aletheia, Artemis, and Apollo now. But at least I don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with. You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck, and goodbye. So she's
still alive.
We need to get her back to...
Oh shit, they can fly? Aloy! Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Erend?
Two of those spectral things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
I'll protect her.
I should be there before the Spectre gets here.
Takže jsme našli akorát další klon Aloy a Elizabeth Sobek. Připrav se k boji. Dobře, no, to je pěkný, no, ale já vůbec netuším, co ty přízraky umijou.
Here it comes.
No, a já ani jsem se nepřipravil a oni už jsou tady, ale no, tak to je cool, no. A umístěno maximum pastí, no, tak to je cool, vážně. No tak pojď.
Ugly one, are you?
Umějou střílet, jo, a oni z ničeho pást tím, že střílijou, skvělý. Do té pastí náhodou neskočil, ne? Asi ne. Můžu se zvednout, je tady jenom jeden. Samozřejmě tu nebude jenom jeden, ale teďka zatím je, očividně. Ten má teda hodně hápek, já bych, jako nejradši bych si ho oskenoval, no, ale nemůžu bohužel, to nestihnu.
That thing's quick.
Jo, takže já o ním nemám ani žádný informace, skvělý. Dobrý, je omráčený.
Machine can't move. I could grapple in for a big hit. Gotcha now.
Jo. To je teda odolnej zmrt vážně. Jo, a jelikož on to má ten speciální kov, tak já to nemůžu jakoby zaháknout. A většina těch nábojů jakoby odletěla pryč, no. To asi nemá cenu, protože já ho budu muset uspamovat. I když je to skoro nemožný, tak já ho musím uspamovat. Tady to kopie je naštěstí docela dost účinný. Dobře no, ale dává totální damage a já se bojím, že jich tady na mě vyjede víc. Protože kdyby tady byl jenom jeden, bylo by to moc jednoduchý. Ne, teda pro mě, ale jako vím, že mě hra ještě jich dá hodně. Pojď. Je dole? Není. No. Jo, máme ho, jeden dole.
There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow.
Moment, míříme nahoru, aha jo. Ale no oni nás nějak obejdou, to není dobrý nápad tady nechávat Varla s tou kopií, s tím klonem, no. To je divný.
Gotta get back up top and deal with that other specter. I just hope Aaron stays in cover.
Moment, z koho jsem přišel, jo, já jsem... Jo, tady je ta spodní cesta, jo, takové, už vím, no. Už se orientuju. Dobrý. Ale hádám, že Eren už začal fajtit, protože to je divný, ne?
Aaron!
And the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight, I'm almost there.
Just hurry.
Už jsme připraveni, Eren jde. Už jdu.
Doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Aaron.
Nenecháme tě v tom, jdeme. Rychlejš, rychlejš.
Aaron, I'm here.
Watch out. That thing's shooting down the center.
OK,
I'll see what I can do.
moment, takže i tihleci přízraci mají jakože ten nezničitelný
It's not
štít.
budging from that spot. I won't be able to sneak up on it if I stay out of its line of fire. It's got some kind of shield.
Moment, to má štít, nebo se nemůže hejpat, jako nebo...
A tough fight if I take that thing head on. A heavy weapon. That could help. Shield's down. It's on the move.
Jo, štít je dole. To dáme, to dáme. Jenom se vyhýbat té palbě a pak to jde, no. Můžu otestovat, co na něho funguje. Kyselina. Kyselina funguje, ku podivu, no. Ale jsou speciální stroje, no. Ale aspoň vím, že na ně funguje kyselina. A co třeba oheň? No, vodohní nejsou, ale oheň na ní nefunguje. Kyselina má nejlepší efekt, každopádně. Eren na ní střílí to lepidlo, ne? Dobrý. Má na sobě kyselinu. A potřebuji rychleji stávat. Jdeme. To kopí dává neustálej damage a výbuch. Jo, máme ho. Bomba.
Aloy, she's... Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon.
Okay. Zajímavé mě, jestli tam je normální cesta dolů, protože jak ji mají v plánu sníst z té hory dolů. Jo, a my tady musíme samozřejmě prozkoumat. Jo, tam leží ta zbraň totiž, no. Dostaneme tu farzinickou zbraň, tam tu, co dává všechno na hit. To je šipkomet, aha. Tak to prej ne, no. A kde přesně ta zbraň spadla? Nebo počkat, jenom myslí tuhle zbraň? Já jsem myslel, že myslí jakože ten kousek, co spadl z toho přízraku. Jo, tak tohle, no. Tohle aspoň jo, tohle fungovalo teda proti těm fázinitům.
No. Damn it. Well, it's better than nothing. I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze. If we can replicate it.
Jo, takže kus té zbraně dáme na analýzu.
I should check on the clone too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Jo, takže Varl je s ňou a ona už je vzhůru nebo něco, nevím.
Why don't you check the cache?
Jdem si promluvit se všema samozřejmě, protože to je součást toho, té návštěvy. Tady máme toho, počkej, máme tady někde svůj room. Svůj do svého pokoje a do schránky.
Door's locked. Maybe Gaia will be able to get it open later.
Tady pořád svítí vlastně tady tyhle ty symbolické předměty.
Alloy's attack at the embassy. The marshals ambushed and surrounded, killed one by one. Reminds me of the massacre of the Proving. Back in the Sacred Lands. So many lives wasted. And for what?
Moment, takže to tady teď zmizelo, jo? Tak možná, jestli se tam objeví nějaký další dialog po každý.
When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand any of this. Or what I have to do. But still. Wish he was here.
No, Rost, to už je dávná historie, protože od té části s Rostem na začátku jedničky se ta hra změnila úplně na druhou, úplně na opačný svět. Najednou tady hantíme umělou inteligenci, budoucí technologie a všechno tohle. Už to není jak na tom začátku, ale zároveň doufám, že tady není žádný totální úžasný návrat Rosta nebo něco takového, protože to by bylo blbý. Tohle prozkoumat nejde, nebo se to buguje? Nevím.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup, like the card chip.
Něco, co se jmenuje make-up. Ano, to je dávná technologie.
As it does to my people and the Tanakh.
To už v dnešní době tady nepotřebujou. Je zajímavé.
Aloy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
A little.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe. What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire. If I understand correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth. Like a heart, beating with the life of the world. As always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
I need to get going.
May the land bloom in your steps.
No, takže jsme pokecali se Zou, která pořád studuje ty vlastně bohy země, kteří jakože okopávají ty pole ve Poinsogu, z kam ona pochází. a studuje všechno kolem toho, takže všechno kolem toho, co se tady točí. Zároveň tady pěstuje kytky všude. Svíčky tady dává. No a co mě řekne Erend?
Erend? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's two of me now.
Right, there's two of you now. At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying. Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Morland guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Maybe I should check up on them at some point. Just in case.
Right.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
No, takže ta beta, kterou jsme našli vlastně, teda i klon Elizabeth Sobek, další. Nevím, jestli to je ten stejný, co byl předtím s těma zenitama, nebo ne, těžko říct. Každopádně tak ona se jako probudila, ale očividně umí uklidnit jenom Varl. No, Eret, toho bolí hlava z toho všeho, takže asi tak. Tady jsou zamčené dveře a tady, jo, tohle je to místo, s kam jsme, kde jsme původně přišli sem. Tady bylo, tady je akorát to na vyšplhání, že? A tam, jo, to je cesta, kterou jsme sem původně přišli do téhle té.
She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up. So, Aloy, I suppose you want information.
About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
So far, Zenith established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves?
Not their descendants.
What?
Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know?
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
And you? Does that mean that you're...
I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function.
Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it?
When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eluthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
But Baina's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbaina long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done. So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them?
They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbaina, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know. You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space, other survivors of the colony.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age, too. You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database, before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating. So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over?
When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want.
Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that? Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that. All right, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaia's fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now!
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing!
They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything, everyone, are gonna die.
Hey, calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
No, takže čekal jsem to teda horší, upřímně, myslel jsem, že nám nic moc neřekne, že se bude jak bát nebo něco, protože jako... To se k tomu nějak schylovalo. Každopádně jo, od lení jsme teda měli být napřed a měli jsme... neměli jsme ještě být tady, kde jsme, měli jsme už dávno mít Hefasta, jenže no... Hephaestus je jako trošku náročný zmrt, takže... Jo, ona očekávala, že už budeme tak daleko, aby jsme byli schopni porazit armádou Farzinity a proto vyslala ten nouzový signál. Za Elitiu, no, a byla to ona, no, takže jo, ale... Kdo ví, no, promluvíme si s Várlem ještě.
You and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else. How's everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I see everyone's settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
No, každopádně my teda jdeme dát ten kus zbraně Gaje vlastně a zjistit, jestli nám bude schopna možná vyrobit něco, co by prorazilo ty štíty těch farzínitů. No. Nepochopil jsem teda, k čemu je pořád tady tohleto, protože tady máme ty průzkumné drony. A když to připojíme, tak se změní pozadí, ale jakože to pozadí se vlastně zase vrátí tady do toho defaultu, když mluvím s Gajou, takže nevím. Uvidíme.
Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The 2 remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be... Hi, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Aletheia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take them out.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, It appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the system's design through him, despite his failure.
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus, after an initial incident.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess. I guess I should get going.
As you say, be well, Aloy.
Takže dlouhý pokec s Gajou, zjistili jsme všechny informace, co jsme potřebovali. A no, nic proti štítům Far Zenithu zatím nevyrobíme, ale no, musíme získat ty další podfunkce, aby Gaia byla silnější. A tady máme bonusovou misi, to je zajímavé. Takže nám tady budou skákat i mise, to je pěkné.
There is something I'd like to discuss. It's about the land gods. If you have time, that is.
You said you wanted to talk about the land gods?
I think there's a way to heal them so that they'll once again provide Plainsong with grain. Gaia gave me a set of instructions. She called it reboot code. If we deliver it to the land gods, their derangement will end.
That's great.
Maybe. There are thorns on the path. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus, the land gods will reject it. Gaia showed me a way around this. We need components called control cores from machines made by Hephaestus. Machines similar to the land gods.
You mean Grimhorns? Like the one we fought in the repair bay?
Yes. Gaia helped me locate 2 of them out west.
So, kill the machines, Get the control cores, then use them to adapt the reboot code into something the land gods will obey?
If all goes well. But taking down 2 Grimhorns won't be easy.
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy. I'll send you the location of the machines.
I'll let you know when I get close to those Grimhorns.
Good. If we can get their control cores, maybe we really can heal the land gods.
Jo, takže Zo samozřejmě zkoumá svoje bohy země a teď našla způsob s Gajou, jak to vyléčit ty bohy země, takže by to mělo vyjít, no a máme tam samozřejmě jít. Takže se s ním máme setkat na místě, ale nevím kde teda přesně. No, budeme tady mít asi víc bonusových misí, tady už nic není. Akorát, no, to je fakt, no, já bych se měl vrátit tady do té oblasti a samozřejmě tady udělat všechny ty podvodní mise teďka, když už můžu plavat vlastně, no. Plus tady všude je toho miliony, ty vodní mise, tady je vlastně potopená jeskyně Dont. A jsem těch misí měl miliony, no. Pak tam musí být ještě něco, ještě musíme získat nějakou věc, aby jsme zničili ty kovoviny květiny. Potopená zábrana tady je, no. No ale zároveň bych rád pokračoval tady, že? A to taky jako není lehký. Je tady nějaký tónek ještě. Tady je až tady, jo, aha. Těch je tady docela málo, to je divný. By tohle odhalilo celou tady tu oblast, jakože odsud až sem. A tady, si tady třeba bude voda někde, tohle bude podle mě oblast samostatná, tady ten kousíček. Tak tady ten to odhalí, no. Moment, a tady nahoře byl ještě jeden, ne, někde. Tady není označený, ale druhá sloka od... Čekat. Moment, tohle nechci tady... Počkat, what, ale já jsem dal tohle tóneka. A tady byl... 100% tady byl ještě jeden a ten byl zamčený přece. Tady je Ateir. Tohle je vždycky jako... Ten Dimitr je až tady, takže já můžu klidně jít tady jako takhle udělat všechny ty oblasti, no. No. Jako každopádně tady tu oblast s tou vodou bychom mohli klidně za jednu epizodu zvládnout. Já si myslím, že tady ty vlastně ruiny, co tady jsou, a tady ty oblasti, ty bonusové mise nebudou jakože nějak extra náročný, že to nebude dlouhý. Tady jsou ty otazníky. Takže jo, takže to tam pak nějak jakože dokončíme. Takže se portneme do kardžajského táboriště. No a pojďme na to příště, no.
Be welcome, Outlander.
Jo, to jsme teda tady. Jo, to je tady to malé tábořiště. Dobrý, no. Takže to uložíme a asi tak, no, půjdeme tam jedno po druhém ty místa projdeme a uvidíme, co tam najdeme. Každopádně, pro tento díl už to bude vše. Já vám děkuji, že jste se podívali, doufám, že vám toto video líbilo. Pokud ano, můžete zanechat like, popřípadě odběr pro další videa a uvidíme se u dalšího.